It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now. It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now. It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now.
Hello, YouTube. What's up? It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And we are close. We are so close. 1 day left, actually less than a day. Hours left into the kickoff of Turbo Day. So Turbo Turn-Up time is coming quicker than you think. So we are exactly less than 24 hours away from the official Turbo Turn Up time. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And if you guys are excited for the Turbo Turn Up time. Again, are you ready for Turbo Turn Up time? So let me know where you at in the chat. Was running a little behind, so I went ahead and started. I was going to wait 2, 3, or 1:30, actually 1:40, but I went ahead and got started because I was going to do it 1:05, but I had to catch up some things. So now we are here live for the Turbo Turn Up time. Let me know if you guys like the shirt in the comments as well. I hope you're ready. I think there will be significant price action on tomorrow, but let me know what you guys think. What up, Extreme Car Care? And what else? What up, Doc McLovins? What's going on, gentlemen? What's in the hot? What's going down? What's ready for you guys for tomorrow with this Turbo Turn Up time, which will be at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, which I guess is 9 or 10 UTC time. So I hope you guys are there. What up, Ramon? Turbo birthday party. Turbo turn up. You guys don't seem excited enough. I don't know what's going on. You guys been taking a break? You guys not ready for tomorrow? Have you guys not been waiting all year for the turbo turn up time? So let's get on the spotlight, see what's going on Twitter, and then move to look through the numbers. So of course the main man BTM here live because we're doing it all live. So this is Twitter. This is again the announcement for Turbo Day. I might make a new announcement later today for tomorrow. The Turbo Day is 4/29, which is tomorrow, 2025. So it's big, right? This is the second annual. So I guess we can start the meme raid or start flooding the memes. This is Turbo. Quantum Leap is devouring dips like 2 bags of Doritos after a brutal gym session. No hesitation, no mercy. Turbo is about to tear through resistance and leave the bears starving. Strap in, the beast is just getting warmed up. And he is right. We should see some significant action tomorrow. And from there, we should go all the way live. And this is Turbo, the meme king. So this is male 12 something, 1200. And he's replying to that Cheetos. And I actually just thought about it. I actually like the Dorito reference there. Maybe we need to get a Dorito chip, a Dorito Turbo, or a Dorito Turbo dip back. I don't know. We need to come up with something on that one as well. And this is the Roaring Toady. What up? Turbo stands determined in his lab. on the boards. Moon Community Power running back his explosive formula is brewing. Soon it will unite a fire that lights up the moon. Are you ready for this unpredictable future that's racing towards us? Definitely. And shout out to the Roaring Toady. I'll create a personal turbo trading card for any toad who comments, I want a card. Hit me up and typing the moveset requests you can think of. Gonna blast past them. That's actually interesting. So let me see. I guess we can say I want one turbo turn up, Tom. Turbo turn up. So definitely go check him out. Turbo. Let's see. I guess we'll go with turbo turn up. See if we get those for tomorrow. So shout out to Flippin' Nasty, G Nasty, G Nasty, Nasty, I guess. Terminator. Let's see. We're replying to Turbo, Robin Hood, 5-bit official. Just a reminder that you're both leaving money on the table each day you don't have Turbo listed for spot trading. What up, Rosa? Good afternoon. What should we expect tomorrow? So tomorrow will be a AMA that starts at 6 to, I guess, 7:30, depends on how long it goes, for a Twitter AMA. And then I might follow up with a live stream or get some videos, probably just do a live stream, kind of recap and keep the party going, right? Keep the momentum going for Turbo Day. Just a reminder, both leaving money on the table each day you don't have Turbo listed for spot, and maybe something tonight or a video tonight. I don't know. This is Turbinator, and what about the insane volume? May thou bucket runneth over. That's hilarious. This is me from earlier. We're getting real close to 45K. We'll hit it tomorrow for Turbo Day. So we're at 53,975 currently. See if we can update this. 53,971 up 0.083%. Looks like we came down just a smidget. This is Turbo exploded with a strong rally. Now it's cooling off inside a tight ascending channel on the H4 chart. Price action is clean. Bulls are defending the lower trend line. A breakout above the channel resistance could open the door for the next leg higher. So let's see here. It's also showing trend line here. This is the key support zone, which we are up above. So there might be another push up. Shout out to Unicharts. So this is Terminator. Don't get caught paper handed on a mission. DCA days where legends are made. And as is mentioned, continue to DCA in on Turbo. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Not owning Turbo we consider a serious crime at this point. 100x loading. Let's go. And it looks like there is some green candles. We're going to check that in a minute. If we can get over to the trader view once we finish swinging through Twitter. Weekly crypto winners are making serious moves. So number 3 is Turbo up 124.6%, 350.3 million. Deep Book Protocol, which I haven't even heard of this, 135 to 668.4 million. Putty Penguin is up 151 to 810 Milwan. Let's go. Facts. When I buy Turbo, I feel better. Shout out to They Mock Crypto. Um, Open interest high to low. Second open interest is Turbo at 2.84 billion. Let's go. Turbo is enjoying the moment and taking a break. Show me your turbo toad and put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Let's go. D-Wash, I guess. Whale Satoshi tokens will have the best comeback. And number 3 is Turbo. Turbo should be number 2. I'm not sure why Floki is still here, but be interesting. And Shib. So this is Turbo. We walk the path. So shout out to him for helping another toad. I like that. And keep walking, right? Some people talk the talk and some people walk the walk. It's time to walk the walk. Join Turbo Party Tuesday 24th all day. Turbo token. Get a piece of Turbo meme coin as soon as you can. This is the cake you seek. That's pretty cool with the toad on top. Shout out to Sid Jackson. And wait a minute. I guess this is just the image. This is the actual design. It's actually pretty cool. So shout out to Ted Jackson, D Walsh, D Win. Time has come. Robin Hood. What if Robin Hood listed Turbo tomorrow? That would be crazy. Plumbing support at the 0.50 for the next jump. Can't wait for the Turbo birthday party tomorrow. So yeah, it looks like I might need to get some cake or something. There's a lot of people talking about the Turbo party. I know the Northern Hemisphere and most of the world right now is April 29th, but when I live where I live, it's early morning of April 29th. This means the quantitative leap seconds birthdays. As I posted last week, to help celebrate, I suggest people buying 29,000 Turbo. If you are able to, I have just started the party. Happy birthday, Turbo Token, and cheers to legendary toads that have the same conviction and love Turbo as I do. So shout out to the toads. And let me get my glove for the diamond hand. Continue to hold. And I'm not recommend you buy 29K, but if you can, it would be cool. But I would recommend you guys to dollar cost average in. Don't go too heavy, too hard, and wait for the dip and then pop back up, right? And see what is going on. And let me know what you guys think about this as well. And I like this image. Fashion meets art, diversity becomes power, community becomes heartbeat. Turbo ignites what unites us. Be part of the Turbo Tour community. Thanks to Cedric Jackson for this art. Thanks, Ed. Where's my art at? You're making art for everybody. Where's my image at, Sid? Uh, Turbo, hold the line. Let's go. And this is a real serious looking toad here on the Crypto Fanatic. Now, not owning Turbo will be considered a serious crime at this point. 100x loading. No buttons, no brakes, just vibes. Turbo is riding the infinity elevator or infinite elevator. Top gainers, losers on Coin Gecko last week. Leading the pack is Turbo. Turbo is up in the last 7 days, 158%. Deep Book is 126. Putty Penguin, 114. Virtuals 97, and Titus is 95. I need to start checking actually this Coin Gecko. if they said anything about turbo. Recently does not appear. Mainly Bitcoin and Solana here in greed index, and that's what we were looking at. Go back to Twitter. One morning, Turbo grazed into his mirror, seeing a majestic, unstoppable goat. But looking closer, with his triumphs and unstoppable community in mind, he realized the truth. He is the true goat. Soon the world will sing his name. You are the real goat. So shout out to the Roaring Toady there. Hanford, what up, man? Hey, now a Turbo one would be nice. It would be. And if they coordinated and dropped the listings on Turbo Day, that would be awesome too. So just waiting to see what these guys are going to do for Turbo Day. Good morning, Turbo community. Before you drift off into dreamland, don't forget to say the magical, the betting ritual. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, drop in the comments. Run, Turbo, run. Let the vibes flow. See you under the moonlight. Just running through that real quick. Thank you, legend. I need to get a Turbo You Are Legendary or Turbo Legend hat. Sammy, our beloved Turbo will be 2 on April 29th. Let's all celebrate together. We have so many amazing guest speakers, and this is a huge deal. I seriously can't wait. So let's look at the bubbles. So virtuals is up 24.2. AIZ is up 10%. Tiles up 6.7. Peanuts up 4.7. Yoshi's up 2.3. AI XBT is up 9.2. Nexo is up 7. H bars up 0.8. Quant up 0.9. Theta's up 0.2. Snake is up 1.5. XRP is up 1.2. Flocky's up 6.4. Putty Penguins up 5.8. Metals up 4.7. Windows up 1.5. AI Tech is up 4.7. Near Protocol, shout out to Near, is up 1.5. Algo is up 2.9. ZBCN is up 12.2. Swarms is up 4. Farcoin's up 2. CXF is up 3.4. Mog's up 1.3. XDC is up 4.7. And of course, Turbo is down 2.8. The weird thing is, this morning it started at down 7 and then went to 5, and now it's 2.8. So it is coming back up. It came down for us to pick it up, and looks like it's starting to come back again. So if we see here on the 5-hour chart, it's been up and down most of the morning. Now we got a green. RSI is up based. RSI based moving average is flat on the 5-minute. On the 15-minute, we got a green candle. It's up to 0.005. RSI is climbing, and the RSI based moving average is also climbing. 45-minute chart shows us a couple of green candles, a pullback, and another green candle. 45 minutes showing the RSI based moving average is flat, and RSI looks like it's trending upward. On the 1-hour chart, a couple of green candles. RSI is trending up. Base RSI is flat from what I can tell. And on the 4-hour chart, got to zoom out a little bit. Got a green candle earlier and 2 red candles. And the RSI is flat. We need RSI to be up here in the above 70s. And it's currently 61. And the regular RSI is 54. So if that gets up above 72, I think we're off to the races. So this is the Explorer Turbo Aurora Develop. Total blocks 13.1 million. Transactions 3,441. Average block time 1.1 second. Wallets are still in the Detroit 313. So shout out to the D with the 313. Let me see here. Go and look at the stats. 76 accounts, 164 total transfers, total addresses 313, total tokens 44, total blocks 13.1 million, transactions 3,400, total contracts 149, and verified contracts. I'm going to see if we can vote on these verified contracts. See if we can get the verified contract number up as well. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Also, if we can circle back with Aurora to get these votes on the contracts. So this is CoinMarketCap. I thought I had Turbo on here. I guess we'll move over to Turbo. Turbo is down 2.5. So it's going down. It's coming up. The percentage is going down, but it's coming up. 24-hour trading volume, 132 million won. 30 down 32% in the 24-hour. This I'm sure will be green tomorrow. As this will be green as well. 345.6 million, down 2.5%. More at 0.005. Can't wait to get back to 1 cent or higher. Turbo Binance current price. I don't care. Binance. Why is this talking about? Turbo liquidity has swept at a lower support and bullish hammer-on pattern has formed, confirmed by a strong follow-up candle. Buy within the blue zone if you want SL is mandatory. Turbo is super bullish on the first AI meme. Having correction while BTM is going crazy is a good trade to set up. I'm bullish on Turbo. Being a Turbo family means running together towards the same goal. Won't lose faith. I like that little clock, the little turbo clock. That's a cat and a dog? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Uh, top crypto gainers on Monday, the 28th, which is today. Turbo is down 7.6. That's what I'm saying. It was down 7 earlier. Now it is, how do we get the big guys to do Turbo ETF? Somebody mentioned it. We got to get to over a billion market cap. So we're almost a quarter of the way there. We can just push back up to 500K. Where are we? Well, this is Turbo at number 14, pretty much unchanged. 336.7 mil won. Top Cat at 381 mil won. SPS 6900 is 555. So, I mean, if we can keep pushing up, right? If we can get up to top 10, which will be somewhere between 550 million to 625 million. I know that's pretty much twice where we're at now, but Turbo runs hard and runs fast. So if we can get Turbo to run it back, I think we will get back in the top 10 for crypto. But let me know what you guys think about that. Because last time I talked about it, we pushed all the way up from like 26 or 25 to 14, right? So we just need another big, massive push. This is Galaxy talking about Turbo. Let me get the volume.
with a Coinbase list. It's already on Coinbase, and it's a $118 million market cap. So there's very easy 100x potential in Turbo for the bull run. Dude, if Turbo hits 40 billion market cap, we're looking at a 300x, and it's going to hit like 50 cents, 70 cents, or even up to $1. Now, keep in mind that this bull run, there's a lot of meme coins getting listed now on Coinbase and Robinhood. It's not like the last bull run where it was just Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. So now you actually have to be a good investor and be smart with your choices. Because let's say there's 20 meme coins on Coinbase in the alt season that's coming up. Not all 20 of them are going to pump 100x. I think up to 5 of them will be pumping 100x. I think 5 of them will pump 40x. And I think 5 of them will pump 10x. And I think 5 of them will be duds and rugs. So it's important to pick the best 20% of meme coins that are on Coinbase. This could still make millionaires with a Coinbase list. It's already on Coinbase, and it's a $118 million market cap.
Ethereum just broke $1,800, and Turbo is flying. Yesterday, it was up over 94%. So I hope you bought the dip, because now it's ripping towards that 1 cent region again. Fast. Turbo isn't just another meme coin. It was fair launched, created using ChatGPT, and backed by a relentless cult-like community on X. And guess what? Ethereum hasn't even hit a new all-time high yet. But once it does, get ready. Meme coins like Turbo are going to have legendary green candles. I believe Turbo can easily reclaim its all-time high of 0.015 cents. And from there, 5 to 10 cents isn't crazy. Turbo is still under a 1 billion market cap. It's early. It's loud. It's bullish. Ethereum just broke $1,800, and Turbo is flying.
So Turbo is up with the Ethereum push. Pull up the charts. Next move we pump is 007. This is the chart. Let me go back to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I got 006 actually. 0061. You're saying 007 Harlem Fashion? I wish. But if so, we will be ready to run if we can push back up to 007. Let's keep going. This is Wealth Magnet Hub. See what he had to say
Back with
yesterday.
another video, and we have been on an absolute roll with the Turbo recent has been killing it in the market. It still is doing really crazy, and we're going to be taking a look at the graph that basically says it's going to be going even higher. So I've got really good news for you, and without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Before we do start, do make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment down below on what you think about Turbo and what your next price prediction is. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's get right into the video and head over to our screen. So we're over at our screen right now looking at Turbo. And it's up 13.69% in just the past 24 hours. Again, it did go a lot higher. We're going to be taking a look at the graphs as well. Market cap sitting at $363 million, also up 13%, and volume 359 million dollars, and also up more than 100% from yesterday. And the volume to market cap ratio is absolutely insane, basically 100%. So the market cap is really close to the volume as well, and that is great to see, because again, that also means that there's a lot of trading going on with Turbo, and people are really interested with Turbo right now. If we head over to the graph right away, we can see that it still continues to go crazy. We can draw out these patterns as well that we have been drawing out, and we can see we call this kind of before the pump even happened, and we took a look at the graph that it was forming, and how we talked about that it will go higher again. we did take a look at how it was going to break out very soon, and it was going to head to this high range that we are taking a look at, about 450 to 550 million dollar range. And it is headed to that path. We could see it has broken out from this pattern that it was playing out, and it is heading to the upward side. So hopefully it does go to this range that we did talk about, and by far it still is looking like that's going to be happening very soon. If we take a look at from the low to the high, it still has about 33% in gone, actually more than 33% in just the past day, which is, again, it just continues to kill it in the market. And from the low, we have come back a lot. If we take a look at from the very low, or at least we hit and our highest, we could see that we are up more than 326% in just the past about almost about 3 weeks. So it has been absolutely good times for Turbo that we are looking at right now. Weekly, we're up 149%. And if we take a look at the monthly, we're up around 110%. But obviously, we did go lower. So if we take a look at the low from the high, that is a lot higher number. But again, weekly has been killing it. And it will continue to go higher, looking at whatever the chart is playing out right now. So again, looking pretty good for what's coming up for Turbo. If we take a look at the community, we could see 91% still bullish. Turbocharged breakout, it just flipped with the impressive kind of 14% surge, and we're looking at this beautiful graph right here on Turbo is trading at around with a 26% increase. It's everyone is hesitating at the breakout. I saw it coming, and again, we obviously did take a look at this breakout right here even before it happened. So again, if you do want regular updates like this for Turbo, do make sure to stay tuned to the channel because we create regular content on Turbo and other coins as well. It's currently even trending on coinmarketcap.com at the #1 spot right here. So trending at the #1 spot, it's absolutely killing it in the charts. We could also see some people pointing out it is trending bullish on Turbo, looking amazing. We could see some people are bearish also in Turbo. Imagine staying in memes long term and wondering why you don't make money. And obviously, that is their own personal opinion. By no means is this financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, nor the people in the comments. But again, I'm just saying what the charts are saying, and the chart looks absolutely beautiful, Turbo, for Turbo. And looking at what we are seeing upcoming, it also looks really promising. But again, everyone has their own personal opinion. I'm bullish on Turbo. Turbo Army, we must together work together and hold for real gains. We must break 1 cent and hold this time. We see real new all-time highs. So again, looking really good for Turbo right now, and hopefully it does keep this up, and most likely it is going to. So that was about it for this video, guys. In this video, we did take another look at Turbo, what it is doing right now, and again, the charts are looking really good.
So shout out to Wealth Magnet Hub. Once Turbo hits 96K and hold and higher, Turbo will break out. I think you right there, Harlem Fashion. We are on the edge of the next breakout. This is Clinic's Crypto. Let's see what he has to say real quick.
So welcome to this new video here on Turbo. We're going to do a full update. Turbo broke out again. We talked about this in the last video as well, but beautiful price action. There's a couple of things we do need to be a little bit critical of, right? So if you are a Turbo maxi, this might not be the video for you, right? I tried to keep it I tried to keep it accurate. I tried to keep it objective, and objectively speaking, Turbo at this point of time is still very strong, is still very bullish, right? So I would definitely say that it is most likely we're going for that main resistance level right here at 0.7 and 0.75 cents. So I think technically that's most likely. However, to trade that and to put money on the line for that move, I think is a different question. All right, we have quite a few bearish divergences here. basically in everything, right? You can see if we're diving right in right now, by the way, hopefully you don't mind. That's usually how I like to do these videos, so that I'm not wasting any of your time. Although some of you might still say I'm wasting your time if you do not agree with me. But no, I mean, you can see we made higher highs with the price. That's great, and ultimately that is what matters most. But all the relevant other metrics are showing lower highs, right? If you take a look at the volume, not only the volume during this high, but also the initial volume pumping up to this level right here at 0.3 cents. Both of those rallies, the volume was higher. Now, obviously, you need less volume to get a breakout if we're already this high up, and if we're consolidating. You can see the structure right here was also relatively strong, so it looks quite likely that the turbo is going to break out either way. So like these divergences, and then the RSI is also making lower highs, and the open interest as well. So all of that together, you'd say, well, we have 3 bearish divergences. That's obviously bearish. But the double thing with bearish divergences is always that it's very based on technicals, and it doesn't always matter. If there's plenty of reason outside of the technicals to believe that turbo is going higher, then you should just listen to that. And at this point of time, if we take a look at the structure, we've been able to break above half a cent, or 0.005, of course. We've been able to break above that with relatively high volume compared to the consolidation below that. The consolidation below here, you can also see the price was compressing against resistance instead of support, so that's technically also bullish. Bitcoin at this point of time technically is still strong and bullish. And then outside of that, turbo has a major history of having these very aggressive and lasting pumps, and you can see I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find a perfect example of this. Probably not. Can I actually find somewhere where we actually did some sort of a major bearish divergence with turbo? No, I'm not. No, I actually cannot. I mean, usually when we see bearish divergences like we see right now, it doesn't end well. I guess right here. I mean, you can see turbo still went higher. Even after this move, like this was a bearish divergence, right? I mean, the price went up, but you can see volume went down. You can see the RSI. No, the RSI actually. Oh, we cannot. All right. Well, that's a little bit bad news, but still, like I said, those other reasons I named are still very relevant, right? So for now, the main thing I'd watch is we're finding a time imbalance right here in this very tight area. The main level we broke out above is right here at 0.5, 0.48 cents. That's the main area that was resistance as well. So what happens very often is that if the price breaks out and out of a all right, I should explain this a little bit better. All right, you have a resistance level right here. Price consolidates, price breaks out. Usually it finds time imbalance a little bit higher. Then it retests. If the retest is good, we rally up higher. If the retest is not good, we will not rally up higher, and it was a fake out. So I think it's quite likely that turbo is going to retest that main key level. If the reaction is good, I think it's very likely we're going higher to 0.7, 0.75 cents. And I think this is also most likely given the technicals and the general market situation. It's just not necessarily something I would trade unless I actually see some really good volume come in at that retest. But that's what I think is most likely. If we do not get a strong touch, this could be one big bull trap, so be aware of that. I would definitely not go all in on this, but no, as long as you know that, you're fine. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. For now, take care. Have a great Sunday, and bye.
So shout out to, who is this? Quick Crypto. So this is a quick video from Crypto Now or Never.
Now or never, and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you enjoy the style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I haven't.
Videos. We're gonna go ahead.
I can't believe. You know what?
All right, now we're going to go ahead and start off with our usual Bitcoin update. So if you guys have been watching my last couple of videos, you know that I've been talking about how I wouldn't be shocked at all if Bitcoin does have a pullback on the daily time frame. And as of right now, I still think that is very likely. If you look at our stochastics right now, we are still extremely overbought. Oftentimes, when you see extremely overbought stochastics, it is likely that you have a pullback. So don't be shocked if we see price action come back down and retest the 200-day moving average, which is this yellow line right here. Now, I do also want to be clear, though, it is Sunday, so the weekly candle does close tonight. So don't be shocked if we see major volatility here in a few hours. In general, though, this has been a very strong move for Bitcoin on the daily. And again, I'm saying we might pull back, but this is the daily time frame. I'm very bullish still on the weekly time frame. When you look at the weekly, we appear to still have a perfect support and resistance flip. Previous resistance now becomes support. And the candle that wicked down to this level closed as a bullish engulfing candle. And we've had 2 green candles on top of that. In addition, this current green candle looks like it could close above the 21-day moving average. This is a very important level to get back above. But again, this candle closes tonight, so we'll see where we actually close. But then you pair all of this with the fact that the M2 global liquidity has been breaking out since January. And as a lot of you guys probably know, M2 global liquidity usually front runs breakouts. A lot of times that we've seen it breaking out, Bitcoin has had a breakout afterwards. Global liquidity breaking out, Bitcoin breaks out later. Same thing right here, same thing right here. And now it looks like we might be seeing the same thing again. So in my eyes, Bitcoin still looks very good on the larger time frames, but the smaller time frames might need a pullback. Now, if we look at Turbo, Turbo is doing phenomenal right now. Turbo's back to a $363 million market cap. And in my last video, Turbo was starting to break out, but it hadn't reached its peak yet. I was talking about how I wanted to see price action get back above this previous support level. And you can see we broke straight through that level. But what's so impressive about Turbo right now is Turbo's volume. So you can see right now that it's down a little bit from where it peaked, but it's still 310 million. A couple days ago, Turbo's volume was like 600 or 700 million. It was almost double the market cap. That is absolutely insane for a project of this size. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is the exact kind of thing that I am looking for when the market starts to reverse. You want to see projects that start showing strength immediately, and Turbo was a perfect example of that. It shows you that a lot of people were waiting on the sidelines for the market to start reversing. Now, I will say, similar to Bitcoin, don't be shocked if Turbo does have a little pullback in the short term. We've had a very strong move, but nothing runs forever. So Turbo itself could use a pullback, but also if Bitcoin and Ethereum pull back, then it could also impact Turbo in that regard. But honestly, there's not a whole lot to talk about for Turbo today specifically. If you look at their X account, they're up to 110,000 followers, but they're still posting on here every single day, keeping their community engaged. There hasn't really been any crazy news that's come out recently, though. And honestly, this is part of the reason that I'm very bullish on Turbo. It didn't take a major catalyst to cause a Turbo explosion. All it took was Bitcoin and Ethereum having a couple green candles. So if for some reason this is your first Turbo video, then keep your eyes on this project. I have been saying for months now that I believe Turbo has one of the strongest communities out there. They truly can compete with any meme coin. All that being said, though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then
So shout out to Crypto Now or Never. Let's see here. Trying to figure out which one. I guess we'll go with Trading Sniper real quick and see what he has to and be back. Actually, yeah, we'll go with the Trading Sniper just to make sure.
Boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We're going to be talking about, Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, the market conditions, and we're going to be monitoring things and possibly talking about some of the, final buying opportunities for those that missed it for the last few weeks. Look, I got to be honest, right? In terms of premium prices, you had, very nice opportunities for weeks, right? We had big March crash, and on this channel, we did say what's going to happen and exactly played out. That you know the 3 month candle was going to be the sell-off candle, or the sell-off, January, February, March was going to be the sell-off quarterly candle. Now, did I think that was going to happen right away? No. But once we got new data, we readjusted and said, look, right, February, March are probably going to be continuation sells. And then, April, we said there's probably going to be a liquidity sweep and we're going to recover. And that is exactly what happened. I mean, look, this was pretty much the last relevant March candle over here, right? This was the last relevant March candle. It was a weekly, it was a daily,
it was the monthly, and it was the quarterly, right? It was this quarterly, and we took it out. We took it out, we swept it, and then we instantly started to reverse, right? Big bullish structure, right? We went back into this order block. We closed very, very nicely, and then we just continued pushing on higher. Then we consolidated for roughly about a week, and we just fired up from there. Now, look, we are past a very, very nice big zone, which we did talk about. That's going to be very, very, very important. Practically around the 92, 93K zone. If we go even to the weekly, we could see, multiple weeks of rejections, support, and resistance. We are above it right now. We do still have a couple of hours until it closes. Now, I will say anything above like a 91, 92K close is more than fine. Obviously, the higher we close, the better. But with that being said, it would not surprise me if we see a little bit of a retracement. Okay. So it doesn't mean it's going to, I don't think we're going to go back down to the 80s, right? There is a weekly candle over here. But given the context, right, the next thing we are looking for, the next relevant thing we are looking for is to just kind of respect and regain above 91, 92K consistently. So I do think there is going to be some type of pullback. If there's going to be a pullback, there's probably going to be a sweep of this, 91,730 zone, right? I could see a sweeping, maybe going down to like 90,500 and probably just chilling near this area, if I'm being completely honest. It is looking pretty damn, bearish, right? Given the relevant structure. By bearish, I mean, it can it going probably back up into this candle over here, back down to 94,000 before it sells off, potentially to 3,000, right? That is personally what I see. I see, in the micro level, us going back up here, doing something like this next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, I'm not sure how many days, but having a little bit of a liquidity sweep and then just overall, some type of consolidation and range is probably most likely what I could see this coin doing, well, Bitcoin doing, right? Because we did have a big pump. So some type of retest on the next weekly candle is just the most probable thing that I personally see. So what does that mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might be getting some discounts for certain coins, right? It could be literally for all the coins. So we'll see in general. Let's just say do the top. We'll do the top 200, right? Things that have pumped, the last 7 days weekly. We can see many, many gains. Some coins have only pumped 20%. Some have pumped 50. Some have even pumped up to 100%, 90%, 160. So these coins, I don't think, depending on the context, I don't think you'll be getting the most insane premium prices you can get, weeks ago. It would not make sense. But, something like Turbo, you'll probably, if it does dip, maybe 20%. Same with meme coins will probably dip a little bit more. Something like, even like just choose a random coin like AKT, like AKT pumped, right? But it didn't pump like some of these other coins so dramatically. So if we take it right now, it is currently up 18%. At one point, it was up 25. So, even if we take something like AKT, we might see AKT come back down to, if Bitcoin goes down like 3, 4K, which is about 5%, we can see like AKT possibly come back somewhere into this zone, right? Which would mean AKT would be roughly like $1.11. So you might be getting like 8 to like 16% discounts depending on the coin on average. Don't expect the most premium prices for most coins, right? Something for like AKT for a drop to $1.12, like that's still pretty good. You're not really, missing out on anything. But other coins, something like Caspa, you know, I really doubt it's going to come back anything lower than like 8.5 cents, right? 8.5 cents is probably more or less going to be your prime, buying opportunity if we do go down. And that's even if we break this relevant structure, right? That's even if we break this relevant structure, because if Caspa itself is going to hold super strong despite Bitcoin, going down a couple thousand, then we might just kind of match Bitcoin and just do something like this, right? We're kind of just chill around the 9 cents. So, with certain coins, you cannot be too picky. I always say this, you don't literally need to snipe the bottoms. If you buy, let's say around 6 cents, 7, 8, 9, and even 10 cents. 10 cents already getting more premium for something like Caspa. But right, if 20 cents is the peak and you're buying 7.5, 8 cents or lower, you're still getting a great deal. Now, obviously, you want a premium, but I would say, overall, if you got into here, it's great. If you even get here, it's going to be good. Even here, right? Even here, anywhere, like in a couple of months, people are gonna be like, damn, Caspa was under 20 cents this for a year and a half practically. Like, and I didn't buy it. People are gonna say, I wish I bought Caspa when it was under 20 cents. And look, obviously we want it cheaper, we want more money, but you cannot be that stingy because the same thing for selling, right? You're most likely not going to sell the literal top. So do not expect, do not expect to, have buy the literal bottom if you're not going to sell the literal top. It's not a healthy mindset. You're going to put so much pressure on yourself. And at the end of the day, yes, if you made like 13x, it's like obviously fantastic. But I know deep down some of you are going to be like, oh, well, I could have made 15x. You still might not be satisfied. Or, if you saw 13x at one point and then your coin went to 15x, but you think you're going to go to 20x, and then, you might not, you might listen to the wrong people. Maybe you don't understand the charts, maybe you don't have the knowledge or whatever. And all of a sudden you go from 13x to 15x and back down to 11.5x, but you don't realize the context is actually we're reversing, then depending on the person you are, you might cash out there, or you might say, "Oh, I'll take a 13x again, I'll take a 15x again," and then you just see your money and your profits diminish. And at one point, you're either gonna say, "Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna take the 7x. I don't care." You might be upset, but you're still like you might be like, "Oh, well, it's still money," or you might just be that person that says, fuck, like fudge this, right? I'm not happy. And you just tank it. You just tank your profits because I know some people do that, right? Just emotions. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, next week is going to probably be some type of pullback. So, if you do have FOMO about missing out, then, like I said, next week is going to be, in my opinion, the prime opportunity. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
Shout out to the trading sniper for that analysis. And we have one more quick video to look at what is up. Mudhad. Mudhad? Mahadi? Let's go. So this is who is this? Where are we? Oh yeah, Ro. Let's see what Ro has to say about Turbo Day real quick. He will shut it down for the day, but let's see what Ro's up to.
To actually make a life-changing wealth. Now, I hope you guys have been buying last couple weeks, last couple months, especially when Turbo was sitting around the 2017 mark, because literally you would be up 5 to 6x from that position. But if you haven't, or if you have, great, let's talk about how much you need to actually make those life-changing gains. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Ro. We're going to be taking a look at Turbo because it is this channel's favorite meme coin. I feel like I can't talk today for some reason. Guys, I had a very long day. I just came back from 2 Toyota dealerships. It was a whole lot. But we are here. We're back with the uploads. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ro. I uploaded 3 videos, 2 to 3 videos every single day. Without failure, I've been uploading Turbo videos for 368 days straight. So if you guys appreciate that content, subscribe, but like today's video and hit the bell. Also, tomorrow is Turbo's birthday. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Now let's hop into today's video. So first things first, guys, you know how we like to start off. We'd like to go over coin market capitalization. You can see in the last 24 hours down 3.81%. Volume kind of leveling out a little bit. Right now, the biggest part for me is I don't need volume at the same amount as market cap. That's just unrealistic. We're not going to have it at that forever. But I would like to see volume hold above the $100 million mark because that is what we're used to with Turbo. If you have been in it since May, June, July of 24, then you kind of know, right? We've always seen Turbo volume over 100 million. Guys, also, this tan line is crazy. Like you guys see here from the neck to the face, I need to stop traveling. Like that tan is crazy. I don't know why. I just saw it on the camera there. I just thought it looked very interesting. Listen, in the last 7 days, down 3%, but in the last 24 hours, down 3%, but in the last 7 days, down up 118%. That's where I cannot talk today. In the last month, guys, we're up 152%. And I really, really hope, guys, you have been accumulating at this 2017 mark because literally we have pulled off very close to a 3x from where we are from where it's sitting right now. Very damn near close to like a 4x, honestly, guys, if you bought at the exact lows. But one thing I always tell, even my private Discord, is that you can never time the bottom, right? Good entries are always, always, always better than perfect ones. And I always like to tell them dollar cost average at the lows, dollar cost average when no one else wants to, because I'm telling you guys, no one is going to snipe the bottom of anything. If you do, that's just very lucky. 90% of it's just luck. The last 10% of it is probably skill. Now, how much turbo do you need to be rich? Well, honestly, guys, for each person, that goal is different, right? For some people, their goal might be to make $1,000 off of their $100 investment. For some people, it might be to make 5 figures. For some people, it could be hit 6 figures for the first time. And for some people, it could be to walk out of this bull run with millions of dollars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's obviously a cliche saying, right? It takes money to make money. One thing I would suggest, guys, don't come into this market with $10,000 expecting to walk away with $1 million, right? It's possible. Yes, you can hit 100x, but guys, it's very unlikely, right? In this case here, if you were buying turbo around the 0.0017 mark or even 0.0015, which is crazy that we got to, a 10x brings that to a penny and a 0.015, and a 100x would literally bring it to what, 15 cents, which I think that would have been possible. So if you snipe this thing at the lows, 100x would have been possible. And sure, you could have turned 10K into a million, but also at those lows, right? There's no one out there that's going to be dropping 10K in a project. That's just the harsh reality of it. Now, if you come into this crypto market, you have $1,000, you're looking to flip it into 10K. That is a more realistic outlook on the markets, right? Crypto is insane. It moves super quick, guys, but you also need to understand when to take profits because trust me, no one has hated themselves for taking profit. I'll tell you all of that. I'll tell you that for free, guys. No one has hated themselves for taking a profit. Okay, the people that hate or aren't satisfied with the situation they're in is the people who watch their bags, run up to a decent amount, and then run it all the way back down. When there's profits on the table, take it. Now, I'm not saying that Turbo has peaked yet because I still do believe it's going to go a lot higher. But guys, if you have turned 1,000 into 10,000 into 15,000, take some profits. If you've turned 1,000 into 20, 30,000, take some profits, please, because for the love of God, Like, guys, those are insane gains, right? For some people, that is life-changing gains. So keep that in mind. Now, I've always been very bullish, very open about my price prediction. I've seen Turbo going anywhere from 5, 6, 7 to $10 billion market cap. And you can see here, right? That's more than like a 20, 30x away from current price point. So do with that as you will. Now, it is Turbo's birthday tomorrow, so shout out to every single one of you that are part of the Turbo community. I hope you guys are all able to show up and be there for all these events that we're having, these AMAs, these, well, not AMAs, like these spaces with a bunch of other creators. I'm super excited to join those guys. And as you can see here, the price is kind of teeter-tottering around that area, right? Broke past that 0.005, but again, guys, kind of got rejected. What I wanted to see was us kind of hold that demand area. Obviously, we weren't able to. What might happen right now is a retracement to the 204, solidified as a strong demand area because we already done it. You can see here, it's already been done. And we started to break towards the upside. I don't see us breaking below this 204 mark, but obviously anything could happen in the crypto markets. Again, it is crypto, right? Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of lagging behind. I do want to see, in a perfect world, I want to see Ethereum run back over $2,000. That is probably going to be a huge catalyst in the turbo. But as of right now, everything is fine. We're having a little bit of a pullback in the market, but this is healthy, right? Nothing goes up forever. We obviously need little pullbacks on the way to the top. If you guys are turbo holders, make sure you are following the team over on X. Now, here's what I was talking about April 29th, guys. So tomorrow, we're going live for a full throttle deep dive into Turbo's unstoppable rise. We're celebrating every milestone, every win, and every legend in our community that made it all happen. Hear from top industry voices, catch a glimpse of what's next, and be part of the energy that's pushing Turbo to the next level. Now, Black Tiger Miner actually posted this. We're almost back at 54,000. We will hit it tomorrow for Turbo Day. Absolutely love to see that. If you guys are not holding Turbo already and you're watching this channel, listen, go buy at least 10 tokens, okay? Or $10 worth of Turbo. Turbo isn't just built for speed, it's primed for explosive growth. Think double dose Viagra levels of vertical action. Wow, that was a crazy comparison there. We're just getting started. Turbo is about to go full rocket mode, strap in. Not owning any Turbo will be considered a serious crime at this point, 100x loading. Listen, going to be honest with you guys, I don't see 100x from 342 million because that's like a $30 billion market cap, guys. I've been very open about my price predictions. I'm not saying it can't happen. Very unlikely. Turbo exploded with a strong rally and is now cooling off. At a tight ascending channel on the 4-hour time frame. Price action is clean. Bulls are defending the lower trend line well. A breakout above the channel resistance could open the doors for the next leg up. Listen, Turbo's crushing it. One of the most bullish meme plays for this bull run. One of my most bullish plays that I am up a lot on. If you guys have been following for a while, you know we have been buying at the 304, 305 mark. So guys, it is obviously a really good time in the markets for the people who are buying early. But if you bought over a penny, hold on, because I do think that we are going to see those prices yet again. Anyways, guys, one thing to remember, I'm not a financial advisor, only here to entertain you guys and educate. If that's happened, great. I've done my job. Smash the like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on my other uploads. I'll see you guys next time. God bless y'all. Peace out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Freaking monitor went out again, or just paused, or I don't know. But getting really excited for Turbo Day. Turbo Day is coming. Less than what is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess 15 hours away, 16 hours a day, 16 hours away, or 16. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not even sure if I'm counting right. But there will be a lot of announcements for Turbo Day. Turbo Day is almost here, so don't forget to find the AMA, of which I did have an AMA reminder. I shared on the crypto BTM Crypto News Network main page. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. Can't find the page for some reason, but here's the page up to 10,000 holders again. And this is it. Oh, wow. Pretty cool announcement. But don't forget to sign up. I'm going to share. Let me see. I'll just share the post. Turbo Day is almost here. Go ahead and sign up. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And see you guys tomorrow for Turbo Day. Let me know if you got any questions or concerns. But if that's it, we'll wrap it up. I might go get live tonight for Turbo. And also got to sneak in a Caspa video just in case. And maybe XRP. But I'll definitely be back on this evening. So thanks for joining. Thanks for like, sharing, subscribing, and supporting your main man, BTM. We are here. We're live. We're ready for Turbo Day. Turbo, 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 turbo. Let's go. And as always, let's get back to the money and stay dangerous and stay weird. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. And until Turbo Day AMA, see you when I see you. Miner out.